Hey guys, OgreBarberian here, back for another in-depth look. And this time we're going to take a look at one of my personal favorites, Cheetah, the avatar of the hunt. Now, Cheetah is a fairly squishy, very fast, fairly strong striker character. She gains a lot of strength, obviously, from her gear set, because she's a physical striker. She has a nice 123 speed at max, gear 11. Her kit is very interesting as well. Her basic attacks with slash, light damage, and apply 4 bleeds to an enemy. Now, if you don't know what a bleed is or what it does, it's 3% max health whenever the person with the bleed takes their turn. So, if you want to look at 4 bleeds as 12% true damage, because that's essentially what it is. So, it's quite a bit when it does add up very quickly. The legendary for this is damage plus 20% and 100% hit chance. Now, what that means for you is it does get a little bit extra damage, but the important part is that 100% hit chance. It does mean that she has a 200% chance to hit, which means that evades are less useful against her. So, very, very useful. I highly recommend that as your second upgrade. Then we have Ravage, damage to an enemy, cooldown -1, and 45% crit chance if the target is bleeding. This is fairly strong, a very strong hit. And then the legendary upgrade is an additional -1 cooldown if the target is bleeding. So if you have both of those, if you have the legendary upgrade and the bleed is on the target, it actually has a 0 cooldown. So it turns into a second basic. So if you're running around bleed teams, this can be a very powerful upgrade to allow her to just wreck through the opponent's team. So now it does obviously get reduced by, defenses and stuff. So she does hit very hard though with this. So I have seen her one-shot plenty of people with her Ravage. So it's a good upgrade overall. I just didn't take it. You probably take it, third or fourth, depending on what all you're doing with your team. And then we have probably her main reason to use her on any team. She can go into just about any team. And it's apply 3 strength ups to all allies. Apply 1 extra strength up if an enemy is dead. Now, typically you're only going to get the 3. But getting the 4 is very possible. The legendary for this is plus 25% turn meter to all allies. And this includes herself. So that's very good. But 25% turn meter for some of the characters can bring them up to her speed. For a big majority of the characters, I should say. Bring them up to her speed. So getting everybody at a 123 speed is very, very powerful. And then again, this is probably her main reason to use her on any team, is this legendary upgrade. So I highly recommend this as your first upgrade. This is the reason to use Cheetah, because team-wide turn meter, guaranteed turn meter, is absolutely bonkers. So, very, very, very powerful. And then we have her passive, Ambush Killer. 35% chance to gain strength up. And 21% turn meter if a member of any team takes bleed damage. So she's already really fast. She just gets really fast, even faster, and a little bit more strength just to help her out. Because she's not, again, doesn't hit the hardest with her basic attack. Her Ravage does do really good damage. But having these strength ups just piles it on. And the legendary upgrade for this, 10% chance to use blood in the air when a member of any team takes bleed damage. So, if blood in the air is the reason to take her, this is the reason that you take her with a bleed team. Because if you're spreading bleed constantly, you're going to constantly be getting this, proc. And it does proc often enough. The 10%, don't let it fool you. It does proc often enough, so it is a worthwhile upgrade. I think I took it second. Although you could probably take it third or fourth, depending on how you want to run her. And then her leadership, pack leader. All allies have a chance to gain 40% turn meter if damaging a bleeding target or applying bleeds. May not seem like a lot, but 40% turn meter is a lot. Even 45% chance. Sorry, that's the part that's covered there. It's a 45% chance for her to use, for them to gain this extra meter. And then if you have it legendary, they also gain a strength up if they attack a bleeding target. So, very, very powerful leadership ability. That turn meter is absolutely huge. With her and a couple other characters, you can definitely start stacking turn meters so fast that you're going to take 3-4 turns in a row before your opponents get a chance to go. Once they get rolling with bleeds on them. So, she's very good as a support character. That's her primary purpose. She's kind of a support character. That blood in the air is her main draw. After that, it's her basic attack to apply the bleeds, and then ravaging for pretty big crit damage. And she has a good crit rate because she has a striker gear set. Alright, so let's look at some teams real quick. This is my team, one of my teams that I run with Cheetah. Obviously, I have 3 different leaders that can slot in, and they're all on the team. You got Cheetah, Aquaman, and Red Hood can all slot in as leader. I like Cheetah as the lead when I can get away with it, because gaining that extra meter is just absolutely bonkers. So, very powerful. The Lobo's there to protect your team. You got Aquaman for stuns. You got Red Hood for purges. All of them apply bleeds. And again, that's kind of the name of the game with Cheetah. You want those bleeds. Alright, and then I went with a slightly different route this time. We got Assault Warsuit Lex as the leader. Cheetah, Clayface, and Batman World's Greatest Detective. And the idea with this one is that everybody's going to buff up Lex. He's going to return the favor and buff up them and give them some shield. And Clayface will protect your Cheetah and your Batman and your Lex. And then, Batman can also reduce cooldowns and grant a turn to somebody. And Cheetah's going to be your big hitter in this one. And then Lex and Batman are your purgers. Clayface is just going to stand there like he always does. But point is, it's going to be a hard to take down team with pretty good damage overall because of Cheetah. And you don't have to worry about tanks because she can wreck through that pretty quickly with bleeds. Also don't have to worry about awareness because each time a bleed ticks or triggers, it's going to remove 1 awareness for that 1 bleed. So if you stack 4 bleeds, just those triggering is going to remove 4 more awareness. So you don't have to worry too much about awareness with this team. Alright, and the last one I got, just as a special, because we got the Doomsday Hero Challenge going right now. We got Hippolyta lead, Cheetah, Doomsday, and Poison Ivy. And the idea with this one is that Cheetah's going to use her buff up and turn meter. And then Hippolyta is going to use her buff up and turn meter. So Doomsday will have 6 strength by the time, or before Ivy takes her turn, and she'll go just before Doomsday. And then Poison Ivy will be able to use her copy buffs so that Doomsday will have 12 strength ups when it comes to his turn. Once he's got 12 strength ups, he becomes an absolute monster because he's going to turn 1 Devastator and just wreck somebody's face because of all those strength ups. That's a lot of strength up. So, not to mention, Hippolyta Cheetah will also have 12 strength ups for their next turn. So you're going to be wrecking through some people pretty quickly, and then Hippolyta can call it assist. So that makes it just, this team just get kind of silly. Poison Ivy on her second turn is probably going to put a taunt on Doomsday just to protect the other girls, and because they're a little squishier. So, but it's just a fun team if you want to see turn 1 Devastators. It's kind of silly. So, highly recommend it if you have the characters. It's pretty fun. So, doesn't work against every team, but when it does work, it's hilarious. So, well, that's all I got for you today. Leave a comment, like, and subscribe. As always, enjoy and grind on.